welcome back to my kitchen here at My Table of Three. If you're new here, my name is Carrie and I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today is November the 22nd, 2022, and today is the last day of our Thanksgiving pie collaboration. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the pies up until today, and all the YouTubers have done a fantastic job. I'm so proud to say that I collaborated with them this Thanksgiving, and I can't wait to try some of their wonderful pies. I've heard from a lot of you guys, and I know that you just can't pick a favorite, and I totally understand why. Today, I thought I would end this pie collaboration with some savory pies. Actually, I'm today working on some freezer cooking for our freezer, and I'm working on some quiche, which is what? Basically an egg pie, right? So, I'm going to show you how to use your leftover ham and a few other things that you may have in your pantry to make a couple of quiche for your freezer. Of course, you can eat them right away. You can store them in your refrigerator for up to a week and eat on breakfast as you know, each day. But I'm going to show you how to assemble two. Today, I'm going to do a ham and cheesy potato quiche. I'm actually going to do two of those for our freezer. And I'm going to show you how to assemble those now, and then we are going to put them in the oven, bake them, and then we'll go from there talking about freezer instructions. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you'll watch the video and stay tuned at the end, because I'm going to talk about the live giveaway on November 28th and how you can win some of those prizes. All right, so you can't have an egg pie or a quiche without a crust. I have two crusts here, and yes, these are store-bought in pie pans. Yep, I totally make my own crust. I have some in the freezer. You guys have seen me work for those, but today I am using these Marie Callender pie crusts. These are very good pie crusts. I just wanted to show you guys that sometimes I do use store-bought pie crust. Now, I am picky about the ones I use because I just like the certain ones. And these Marie Callender ones are really good. They're really tasty, they're flaky, and they're just really good. So I don't have a problem using store-bought crust. I think you should never let crust keep you from making pies or quiche. So use your store-bought pie crust, absolutely. Plus, they're already in the pan, so you can wrap them tightly and freeze them as is. Now, I went ahead and I put these frozen pie crusts on this, and I cooked them already for 12 minutes, just because I think it helps the bottoms not get soggy. So I'm going to put those aside, and we will go on to our filling. So this is a dozen eggs. I do about 6 eggs per pie. Now, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times I buy my quiche, but I do have a couple of quiche on my recipe that are keto and low carb. Even the crusts are keto, low carb, and gluten-free. So I'll put those in the bottom of the description in case anybody needs a low carb or keto friendly or Trim Healthy Mama quiche. I have 2 different varieties in that post, and so I'll link that below. All right, so this is a dozen eggs. I'm just beating them up. This is a cup of cream or heavy cream. I think in the UK and other areas overseas it is, or over the pond, as some say, it is double cream. I just think it makes it even more luxurious, and I just think it's just superior to milk. But by all means, use whatever milk you have on hand, or just do the eggs. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to season mine with my favorite Italian or Tuscan herb seasoning, because we're doing ham and potato and cheese. But you can totally use whatever seasoning you want. Now, this seasoning already has salt in it and pepper, so I am not going to add any salt. Plus, we're using ham and cheese, which is also salty. Okay, and so this is for 2 pie shells, you guys, because I'm doing 2. Okay, so you want to mix them all up so that there's no like separated whites or yolks. You want to incorporate them all. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up my ham on my cutting board here. My sister-in-law gave me this cutting board, Mariah. I just love her to death. She and I love gadgets. I was grating cheese earlier. I'm going to show you how to do that. But this comes with 4 different drawers, and it has one of these in it. You can take this off, and you slide it right in that hole there, and now you have a way to chop your food and put it right in there. So this is probably a pound of left sliced ham. You can use the ham that you had for Thanksgiving, but you don't have to use a pound. Remember, I'm going to put about 6 to 8 ounces in each pie because we really like them meaty. And these are actually for after the holidays, you guys. So we won't eat these for a while. And the good thing about frozen quiche, if you freeze them whole, they will last up to 3 months in your freezer. So see how I just got that chopped? Now I'm just going to push it right into this bowl here. That's about 8 ounces of ham. You could use leftover turkey if you wanted to. All right, I think I'm going to cut up a little bit more. I'm just going to show you guys how to do this really fast. And then we're going to grate some cheese. You could use sausage. You could use, like I said, your leftover turkey. Any kind of meat can go in these quiche. And see, then you have that all cut up in this handy dandy little, it would be helpful if I cut them up smaller, but then you have them in this handy dandy thing until you need it. You can put this lid on it. You can even store it in the fridge like this, but we don't need to. We are going to put we're going to put our grater. This box comes with several of these. I've already grated half the cheese to save time, but I'm going to put that there. Okay, so this is 8 ounces of cheese. You can go ahead, it's fine. I've already grated about 4 ounces of it, but I'm going to show you how I do the rest. So I just put this. We're going to put it back in this little drawer here, and you can put the grater. It comes with several different sizes of graters. This thing is super handy. I love it. She did a fantastic job. She got me this for my birthday. And so then we're just going to grate the rest of this cheese. And like I said, I'm using an 8-ounce block to go into these 2 quiche. You could use whatever cheese you want. Leave it out if you don't want. The great thing about quiche is you can use up leftover meat, cheese. If you got an overabundance of eggs from your chickens, this is a great way to put in freezer meals to have in your freezer back there for when you need quick breakfast. These even make wonderful, dinners, like breakfast for dinner. We actually eat quiche a lot, especially on Thursday mornings. I'll pull one out on Wednesday and put it in the fridge and let it thaw all day and all night. And then in the morning, I get up early on Thursday morning and I thaw it out and we have it, because Thursdays are a really busy day for us, so we have to leave the house about 9:30. So this way, there it is. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let me move this out of the way. Anyway, we leave the house by 9:30, and it is a way to have breakfast really quick. Okay, so now we're going to layer in our ingredients. We got cheese. Today I'm using cheese. Some of our ham. Good way to lose up those Thanksgiving and Christmas ham. And I actually have some leftover potatoes from the other day from when I did that potato bacon ranch casserole. So they're just sliced really thin and they're already cooked. So I'm going to use those. And some green onions. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and layer in. Let's do the ham first. All right, so we're just going to sprinkle in ham into both. And I like to put my quiche on a pie pan because it makes it much easier to put them in. Let's see if I can pull these out a little bit so you can see them. Make much easier to put them in and out of the oven without spilling it. Okay, I think that's good. Very meaty. You know, if you don't want to put meat at all, you could just use your eggs, the cheese, potatoes, and the green onions. All right. Some of that, this is, I don't know, probably a cup and a half maybe of sliced potatoes. If you wanted to use canned potatoes, you could actually do that as well. If you have it in your pantry, just open a can, drain them really well. And if they're not sliced, you can slice them. If they are sliced, just drain them and put them in there. But these are just some leftovers I had from there. You know, potatoes and ham go really good together, and cheese goes good with everything, right? All right. Just divide it among there. Quiche are some of my favorite things to have in the freezer. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is green onions. And I think this is almost a cup of green onions. But we like the flavor. You don't have to put them. You can use red onions. If I cooked a red onion or a white onion, you guys, there's that foam. I might saute them a little bit before I put them in here. But okay. Okay. All right. So now we got our cheese. And I probably will not use the whole 8 ounces of cheese, but use a good bit of it. But you can use as little or as much as you like. But what I go ahead and always shred a block so I can put it in the refrigerator and use it for other dishes as we need it. So if there's any left here, it will definitely go into some of my other dishes that I'm also doing some freezer egg burritos, breakfast burritos to go in our oven. Good grief, to go in our freezer. So I do that a lot too. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the thing. I usually do that with sausage or bacon. But so this, that's all I'm going to use, I think. So the rest I'm going to save for my egg burritos that I'm working on because I don't want to add too much. Okay. So now I am going to pour our egg mixture in. I'm just going to divide this evenly. Remember, this was a dozen eggs from our beautiful chickens outside. Alright, so these are so easy and they're going to bake up beautiful. And then when they come back, I'm going to put these in a preheated 350 degree oven. And I am going to bake them. This will probably take about 35 minutes or so, but I will watch the timer for you guys. And when they get done, I will tell you how long they took. And then we're going to let them cool completely. And then we're going to get them ready for our freezer. Okay guys, so I just took these out of the oven. Look how beautiful they are. They cooked for about 40 minutes at 350, maybe, no, 45, that's right. Cooked them for 30. They were still really wobbly or jiggly in the middle. Woo. And then I went in for another 10 minutes, still a little bit, and now 5 more, and there's no jiggle. So we are going to let these cool completely. I'm actually going to take them off of this pan and just set them on this cooling rack. And when they are cool completely, I will come back and show you how I get them ready for the freezer. All right, guys. So here I have one of them already pre-wrapped. I also put a sticker on there that tells what it is and what oven temp and how long to bake it. So you can see how this is completely cooled. And this has been wrapped several times. I'm going to show you how I done it real quick. So I just get my plastic wrap out. The first thing I do is I put one here. And I'm just going to wrap it. Okay, and then I'm going to push it back so you can see all this. It needs to be wrapped really tight. You could use aluminum foil if you'd like to. What I will probably do is I'm going to wrap them like this until I put them in the freezer. And then I will let them freeze solid. And then I will probably wrap them in foil if I'm going to leave them long term. Okay. And yes, I'm just going to flip it like this. If you don't feel confident doing it like this, you totally do not have to do this. But mine is wrapped so tight now, it's not going to come out of the pan. Okay, so that's 2 layers. Then I go ahead and I stick my label of what it is right there. And I'm going to wrap it one more time. And the reason I put the label underneath there is because I know it will show through still, but it won't get damp in the freezer and fall off. And there you go. So now I'm going to put both of these in the freezer and freeze them solid. You could leave them like this or you could wrap them in foil, but that is it. I'm going to go put these in the freezer and let them freeze solid. Can't wait to eat these later. So we are at the end of our Thanksgiving pie collaboration. Only one last thing to do together, and that is to join back together on my live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, November the 28th. I waited a few days because I know the next several days are going to be busy with people enjoying family. I know we have a Thanksgiving celebration with my mom and my aunts on Thanksgiving Day, and then the weekend we'll be celebrating with Anthony's family over the weekend. So I thought, with Thanksgiving, I know a lot of people do a lot of shopping over the weekend as well. Not my thing. I'm totally an online shopper, but I know a lot of you guys like to. So I thought I'll give you time to celebrate with your family and friends and loved ones and shop to your drop. And then Monday night we'll get back together and we will finish this pie collaboration with a bang. We are going to get together. We'll talk a little bit about all the pies. You can tell me which one's your favorites, which ones you tried over the holidays. I really want to know which ones you try for Thanksgiving if you do. But let's talk about the prizes. There are going to be two $25 gift cards from 4Jar Lids. So if you're wanting to try some of their lids, or if you love their canning jar lids like I do, there's two of those that they're donating. So thank you, 4Jar Lids. You guys are awesome. You're always supporting our YouTube and our wonderful viewers. So thank you for that. Then Jennifer over at A Country Life, which is one of my favorite YouTubers. I've watched her for years. She has donated so graciously one of her cookbooks. If you don't know this, she has two cookbooks, Volume 1 and Volume 2, that she sells over on her site. I know that you can find the links to her page where she sells it on any of her videos. Just open the description. She's generously donated one volume of her cookbooks, which I'm super excited about that. And I'm also going to give away an apron and a couple other things here. We'll do those surprise, but it's all going to be pie and baking related or kitchen related. So I'm wishing you all luck. If you're wondering how you can be eligible for that, all you have to do is to watch all the videos and comment, you know, let everybody know you like their pie, what you like about their pie, and if you made their pie. Hello, Nate. They hate being on camera. And Mom's always recording, so it's a hard knock life from there, right? Anyway, it's a lazy day here. Mom's recording, and he is gearing up for school. But to be eligible, just watch the videos on the playlist, which I will have linked below. All the videos are uploaded. They will be on this playlist. Go through them. If you've missed any, comment. Because how I'm going to do that is I'm going to pull randomly from a comment picker. And you never know which video it's going to come from. But there'll be several pulled from that way. And then also a couple that we're going to do as a live giveaway to people that may be in the chat on our live video. So be sure you're watching the videos. Thank all the YouTubers for collaborating with me this first Thanksgiving pie event. And I hope to see you guys on November the 28th. But most of all, I pray that God blesses you and your family, your friends, and that you have a wonderful, wonderful, and safe holiday. From the Busey family to your family, I wish you nothing but blessings, and I appreciate all the encouragement you get.